Hello, middle school friends. Welcome back. We are going to work on what we're calling Summer School 2020, our extended school year, day 16 work. The first part of our worksheet is reading comprehension. We are going to read the passage and answer the questions. All right, let's get started. This passage is called How Plants Grow. I will read through the passage first, and I want you to listen, and then I will read through it again, and you can follow along, and then we'll answer questions. So first I will read. A plant needs energy to grow. Energy comes from food. A plant makes its food in its leaves. Sunlight and water help the plant make food. After you plant a seed, a tiny seedling pushes its way out from the soil. The plant grows toward the sun. The plant must get water, or it will dry out and die. The roots of the plant pull water and nutrients from the soil. If there is little rain where you live, you may need to water your plant. If the soil in your area has few nutrients, you may need to add plant food to the soil. That way, your plant gets what it needs. Let's read again. This time you can follow along. We are reading How Plants Grow. How plants grow. Turn this around. A plant needs energy to grow. Energy comes from food. A plant makes its food in its leaves. Sunlight and water help the plant make food. After you plant a seed, a tiny seedling pushes its way out from the soil. The plant grows toward the sun. The plant must get water, or it will dry out and die. The roots of the plant pull water and nutrients from the soil. If there is little rain where you live, you may need to water your plant. If the soil in your area has few nutrients, you may need to add plant food to the soil. That way, your plant gets what it needs. Great job. There's a picture of the plants in the window. Let's read the questions. Number 1, what is the main idea of this passage? What is the main idea? Is it A, a plant can die without water? Well, it definitely talks about that, but it talks about other things too, so probably not A. B, plants need food, water, and sunlight to grow. Yes, we see all of those things in the paragraph, but let's read C just to make sure. Plants start as seeds. That's just one idea in the paragraph, not all the ideas. So the best choice is B. Plants need food, water, and sunlight to grow. Let's go on to number 2. What happens after you plant a seed? Well, let's look for the key words in the story. After you plant a seed. Look for those words in the story. There they are. After you plant a seed. Let's keep reading. A tiny seedling pushes its way out from the soil. So there's our answer. That's what happens after you plant a seed. A tiny seedling pushes its way out. We'll just write that much on the lines. A tiny seedling pushes its way out. There you go. That's what happens after you plant a seed. Let's go on to number 3. Where does energy come from? Let's look for the key words in the story. Energy come from. Look for those words in the story. There they are. Energy comes from, let's keep reading, food. Energy comes from food. That's where it comes from. So we will write food on the line. Let's go on to number 4. When might you need to water your plant? Look for the key words. Might, need to water your plant, or you need to water your plant. Look for those words in the story. I see them. You may, which is another word for might, may need to water your plant. Let's read the first part of that sentence. If there is little rain where you live, you may need to water your plant. Okay. So when might you need to water your plant? The answer is here. If there is little rain where you live. If there is little rain where you live. We'll just make it a full sentence since I started with a capital letter. So I'll put comma. You may need to water your plant. There's no line down there for my answer, but that's okay. And that's it for our reading comprehension for day 16. We're going to turn our paper over, and I'm going to make a little fold here. All right. Next, we are going to do some problem solving. This is kind of a reverse story problem. We are going to write a word problem for each number sentence. For example, here's the number sentence. 3 plus 2 equals 5. And here is the example. It's a made-up story using these numbers. I had 3 purple markers. My friend gave me 2 more. See? You start with 3, and then they just made something up, added 2 more. Now I have 5 purple markers. See the 5? All right. Now we are going to use our imaginations, and we are going to write a word problem for this number sentence on number 5. 4 plus 2 equals 6. We can write about markers also. Let's use a different color. They talked about purple markers here. Let's use red. So we'll say, I had, how many do we start out with? 4 red markers. I'm just making this up to match. I had 4 red markers. My friend gave me, how many more? 2 more. Now I have how many? 6 markers. Great job. See how that works? Now the last one is a subtraction sentence, so we're going to have to take away. We can still use markers in our story, so we'll start out with 5, and this time we'll say yellow markers. I had 5 yellow markers. Now this time we have to get rid of some markers because it's take away. Take away 4. So how could we get rid of, we might give some markers away, right? So let's say I gave, how many? 4. I gave 4 of the markers away. So how many do I have left? 1. Now I have 1 yellow marker. There we go. Now we're going to move on to grammar. Okay. We're talking about adjectives in this activity. We are going to circle the adjective that describes each underlined noun. Now you know that a noun is a person, place, thing, or animal. An adjective is a describing word. It describes what color, what kind, or how many. So we're going to look for the adjective and circle it in each sentence. Number 7. Insects have 6 legs. Well, legs is the noun, and we can ask how many legs? 6. There's our adjective. Circle it. Number 8. Bumblebees have hairy bodies. Bodies is the noun, and we can ask, what kind of bodies? Hairy bodies. Hairy is the adjective. It describes bodies, so we circle it. Number 9. A beetle has a hard body. Body is the noun. We can ask, what kind of body? A hard body. So we circle it because it tells what kind, it describes the body. 10. Ladybugs have black spots. Spots is the noun. We can ask, what kind of spots? Black spots. Black describes what color or what kind of spots. So we circle it. It's an adjective. Number 11. Butterflies can be beautiful colors. Colors is the noun. We can ask, what kind of colors? Beautiful colors. Beautiful describes colors. It's our adjective, so we circle it. Number 12. Termites have powerful jaws. Jaws is our noun. We can ask, what kind of jaws? Powerful jaws. Powerful describes jaws. It's the adjective. 13. Dragonflies have 4 wings. Wings is our noun. We can ask how many wings? 4 wings. 4 tells us how many. It describes wings and it's our adjective. And number 14, a green grasshopper jumps away. Grasshopper is our noun, and we can ask what kind of grasshopper? Green. We can circle green because it describes grasshopper and it's our adjective. Last of all, we have a fact that we can read. Butterflies and moths are found on every continent except Antarctica. And that's it for day 16 work. Great job, and I will see you next time.